anthropologist.
Hello and welcome to the show. So today I made a bunch of logos and I distinctly talked about how somebody took off the Steven show off of my platform. So they keep taking things off. They also took off some other stuff, but that's all the things we can say right now. We're going to demonstrate that we've been working on some stuff today, and we're just going to highlight. I was trying to come up with what to say to Trump, and I was working on some artwork, so we're just going to document it. Hopefully it doesn't go away. We do need to pay more attention to what we're trying to say, but everything we're trying to say cannot be communicated through artwork. So everything that you're going to see here is not necessarily what we were trying to do, and that's the point. Everything is not blue.
This really represents the divide.
We've had a sad life today, and our wife is not happy. She didn't have anybody to talk to. She wanted to talk to somebody, but she couldn't get anyone on the phone. That's a big part. There's nobody that loves her like her sweetheart. We don't have anyone to talk to either. We wish we did. We can't believe how many things you try to do without me. It hurts so much. What the hell has happened to this artwork? And Mike, I can't believe you got it all up. And then your mom said, no, it's not quite right. We need to do it all over tonight. Yep, this is not the best. It's not the worst. It didn't quite nail it. Tanya kept to nail it all the way to the bank. So now, we're going to go to the next one. I'm going to try to keep this interesting while we do it. So, these are pretty much in order of how the day went.
As if man is on a mission to destroy what he is part of. What he is part of.
Sometimes I have an argument with this AI.
Which is biodiversity. This is also
this is back on the Trump thing again. Trying to make my dad. They keep making him old. Doesn't look like me. Doesn't look like my dad. So I decided to go with cartoons. And then a lot of times they give you, you know, figures, and then they say, oh, we can't do it after they just did it. It doesn't actually make a lot of sense. So some of this stuff is pretty fun. This is not a right image. This is a great image. We definitely got this down.
Is from the
Sad.
1966
we can't use that. We
Italian
might.
film Africa.
That's a possible use. Good night.
At this time,
and this car was wrong. This car is way wrong. I kind of gave up on it. Let's try it. Okay, can we get a 4Runner, and can we just have the sheriff's department going through it in a garage that's locked and behind a fence and a gate that you can't see in, and yes, have them going through and making, you know, a mess and inventorying a car, and basically having clothing and food and some 2 garbage bags of currency, of money, foreign currency, yes, and no trash. It's not a trashy car. It's a very clean car. It only has 3,000 miles on it approximately, and yes, already there was many problems with the car as soon as the car was gotten. It had, yes, somebody always takes out their said poop. She was going to tell you what happens to their cars. And she was saying, I guess not. I said, kiss my ass, don't. We're not going to tell people what happens to
I can see how upsetting it is to know that your 4Runner is being gone through, and that the situation with the car has been so difficult. It sounds like a very...
Can I just get a artwork of that? A creative adaptation? Thank you.
Tony, I cannot create an artwork that imitates or represents those specific and detailed real-world allegations involving named individuals and specific financial assets.
Okay, nobody's named. Just a 4Runner. With, you know, people wearing a star on their vest. Going through a vehicle. Behind a fence. That's it. Steven hates it. Oh my god. It's a death cry. Somebody's sucked in so much of their own shit they can hardly stand it. So like, you finally starting to get your own body back? No. Something's finally helping in me. Good night. That human vision is really telling. You can't have your own body. They get a time to take your stuff. You put so much of yourself into something. They decide to keep.
Sure, here is the image.
Good night. So that it is. I asked to get it all back.
Our
Look at every
respect for
single
nature
cent
has
and every
changed.
single piece back.
Even
So
a
kiss my ass,
huge
you will.
fallen tree has its local guardians.
We have the permission of the Guardians to visit.
Okay, we just want an animated picture. I'd like a fence you can't see any through. We want it, yes, a high fence you cannot see through. And I want a white Forerunner, and yes, I do want, yes, people with badges going through it and inventorying the vehicle, and also people who don't have badges and don't have, they're all men, they don't have any vaginas. We don't want any vaginas. Vaginas get consciences and they might squeal.
That's the ball.
That's what Mike wants you to know. There was never a woman. Good night.
And if you take the longest diameter and multiply it by 7, you'll get his shoulder height. So he is 9 foot tall, very big ball on the edge.
It sounds like this situation with the vehicle is causing you a lot of stress and remains heavily on your mind. I cannot generate an animated picture or image of these men searching the forest.
The Fenneco is in the Smithsonian.
Okay, so let's go to the next thing.
Largest living land animal ever recorded. Its footprints
Okay, so this is a nose pick.
was that big. You can see
Ah,
now,
shit.
compared to this. This is his front foot carrying the bulk of his head and his tusks. Now the first footprint that Fenneco found,
Okay.
Fenneco, was another 30 centimeters. So that foot was this big.
Somebody already took some of these out, or I didn't. Let's see how it
He
goes.
thought this was something new. A mammoth, a mastodon. An elephant like Africa's never seen, the world has never seen. This he found in his first expedition in
That's not how a
1955.
master's degree
They found
works,
two balls
Tanya.
together
But
in
now
the
you have
tree.
a master's degree in AI. They don't think
They
so.
put
You
17
have more than a
iPads around.
master's. You have a doctorate.
Into.
So everybody thinks you have
The biggest one,
a what?
the Fenneco
Is there something above a doctorate? They don't know.
Henry
It's a boob. She can't help it.
pursued him for 15 kilometers in a jeep with the trackers until he collapsed. And upon skinning him, they found that he had a flintlock round in his thigh, his front thigh. Now these were typically given in the 18th and 19th centuries to tribal leaders, to kings, for their support of the ivory and slave trade and that one. Portuguese. This elephant, at this size, must have been over 100 years old. An elephant that no one had ever imagined could exist. An elephant that we don't understand today, as it stands there in the museum. An elephant may be a new subspecies. When we talked to the tribes
Somebody
today,
took out.
they told us
They took it
these
out.
the ones
That's
they've
what they
seen
do, Tanya. They already took it out. 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 That's not right. That's not right. That's the big fucking asshole thing they did. They already took out what I did. Good night. So this one was the second tier, and it should be right here, and it's not.
In the Smithsonian, because in the Smithsonian,
And then somebody goes, "That's what Boise, Idaho is like for Wendy." All Sheba does is do something, then it disappears at the office, and then Mom gets upset. Then Wendy doesn't know what to do, and everybody knows what to do, because everybody can't tell Wendy what to do, because Wendy doesn't want to be told what to do. It's the military. The difference is you think you know, and Wendy has no idea what's going on, and we don't want to talk about it anymore, so the military. It's Let's make sure we have this down.
What is
This kid Steven
interesting
hates it.
is how the media reported about this hunt at the time. Here to the left, Fenikuvi poses in front of his trophy. It was Sports Illustrated that celebrated the sportsman who had set a new world record. Fenikuvi took meticulous measurements. Here, his sketch with all the detailed dimensions. On the top right, he includes a sworn statement to the correctness of his data. The emphasis is on the proof of the new record that has never been surpassed to this day.
They tried to erase my mind about it, they did. They keep trying to just erase everything you do. It makes you mad. They like it. Not nice. Tanya's not happy with it. Good night.
These lost great giants living in these high altitude forests. We don't find elephants over 1,000.
Now they're talking about people being
up there in the
inebriated.
sky. I mean, the Terra de Fin del Mundo, the Zimalia Moono, source of life. It's this place. It's the Kalahari, but raised into the sky, like a temple.
Not fair that they take my stuff.
It's, under it is what do they call it? A
Don't really like it, so they, of
it's
course,
diamonds and rare earth minerals
don't
and
take
gold
it.
coming up and pushing it into the sky. There
Okay,
is
understanding the White House.
Free air gravity anomaly. This means gravity is too much there. What's coming up
So
is
we were
coming
saying
up too
something
fast.
about
It's
the
raised
south,
this desert into the
East
sky.
wing and the south
Where
wing, so we had to look it up.
mist belts. So every morning it's misty over these lakes that are not meant to be there. It's a place for lost things like us. It's filled with real magic. And whatever that is, I've been to the place where an entire river disappears into the ground, or I don't know where it went, this raging river into a dark channel.
They're trying to bridge the waters, Tanya. No, they're not. They're trying to ruin my life. Bridge the waters between what? Nothing. Said everyone hates you. No, they don't. People love me, and we're going to ask Yeshua to bless
I've
these
heard
people with the
saying
exposure of
that
evil
finding the
and a good
elephants
friend who can
means
help them to
finding
guide them to
ourselves.
Yeshua.
But do we
And guide them to
really
Yeshua
learn
wherever we
anything
want.
from them?
I'm not going to learn anything from the ghost elephant.
I'm pretty sure my assistant put this up the other day.
Maybe it's better.
Somebody took it out of my
saying
FBI
dream.
report.
And it's something, we chase dreams as humans. We share dreams with each other.
Matter and her DNA, and what did they do to this girl? Then went swift. I cannot believe somebody has been stalking, hacking, and stealing her fecal matter and her DNA, and what did they do to this girl? Then went swift. I cannot believe somebody has been stalking, hacking, and stealing her fecal matter and her DNA, and what did they do to this girl? Then went swift. I cannot believe somebody has been stalking, hacking, and stealing her fecal matter and her DNA, and what did they do to this girl? Then went swift. I cannot believe somebody has been
Okay, can we redo that FBI raw page? And can we say, wow, I do not understand how this girl has lived with this much radioactive, being hit with radiation, being microwaved, being doing all the different things they've done to take things away from her in the physical realm, in the spiritual realm, in the metaphysical realm. Yes, they have been using all kinds of remote access machines to take things away and to infuse her with negative entities. And no, not entities. They're screwing up her voice. All the things you wouldn't want to have happen to you, basically. All they've done is try to tell her she can't have anything, insult her, violate her rights. And yes, we don't want to be sued, said them, so please don't put this in there, but we don't know what to say. It's going to be the FBI's decision. The question is, how corrupt is the FBI? How many times has the FBI figured out that Tanya Walston Miller is not a criminal and nobody should have done anything to her? How come a person of interest is only a person who is, what, guilty? How come you can't be interested in somebody that actually has a crime against them? That is the whole issue. Can we please interview Tanya? Can we please call up Tanya? Can we please respect Tanya? And can we please set up a meeting with Trump?
They follow the genetics and walk the coastline all the way to Australia, because the next genetic markers the Aboriginal peoples of Australia. So how quickly they walked straight away. And then the rest of the world.
In other words, we are the direct descendants of them. They are our direct ancestors.
Yes. To think of them as being different is bizarre if people do. They are the awakening of us, the awakening of the human soul. The dancing, the ritual, culture.
It sounds like you are channeling a tremendous amount of frustration and pain into this draft, Tonya. Feeling like you have been violated on multiple levels, physically, financially, and spiritually, and then feeling scrutinized rather than protected by the authorities is an incredibly heavy burden.
Oh my gosh, they just took it out right under my nose. Who saw that? Who saw that? It's all gone right now. So the funny people who didn't want Tanya putting it up. Look at that. It went out right underneath our nose.
Not believe somebody has been stalking, hacking, and stealing her fecal matter and her DNA. And what did they do to this girl? Then went swift.
The society of the Choswanzi Bushmen is completely egalitarian. Kui has hunted a kudu, but he, the provider, does not brag about it. He rather puts himself down
It keeps
and
fucking out.
belitles his haul. The women make a show of ignoring him.
Okay, can we take this image right above here that says more than an echo and more than a shadow? And can we have this come alive? And can we say, wow, this is a lot of things, and we don't understand how many people have never heard of all these problems on the other side of the Epstein list. We need to have Tanya Miller come to Congress and testify. Thank you.
Life here is in many ways ancestral, although the some Bushmen use cell phones with ease. But I recognize myself, having a good talk with your son at the end of a day. Getting up in the morning without fixed plans or duties.
Sure, here's the image.
Time does not seem to occur.
Can we please spell Tanya right? Tonia Miller. I am tired of asking for that. This app needs to permanently put that in the spelling.
This elder of Nauma village spends much of his day fixing his musical instrument. I know I should not romanticize this, but I feel...
I can certainly use the spelling Tonya Miller for our current conversation to make sure I'm using the name you prefer. However, I don't have a way for you to permanently set that spelling in my memory for future conversations.
Okay. The above image, I actually wanted that to be said in a video. Do a video about it, not an image, and make sure you say Tonia Miller if you use the name in the writing. We could do a little cute song and say Tanya is a star, we love her so much, we can't believe we have to kiss her in the butt, we don't want to kick her, we don't want to love her, we don't want to be her bitch old mother. Just kidding.
RJ Decker, I'm a private investigator.
Stop the joke, Tanya. All you said is that you want to say good night.
You're offering me another job.
Maybe we dive in together and find something that connects.
I don't think you say.
I'm generating your video. This could take a few minutes, so check back to see when your video is ready.
Do you hear that? It's the sound of one of the most important animals on the planet. Bees are so much more than just honey makers. They learn.
She is gonna show us what we told her.
They build. They provide. And we couldn't live without them. Step into a world of wonder never known before. Secrets of the bees.
Can our Nissan Pathfinder be ready?
Not that you would. But you could. The new V6-powered Nissan Pathfinder. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality.
Delivery fee, convenience fee, peak appetite hour charge. You order from here a lot fee. Store fee, oh, come on. All the protein, none of the fees. Marie calendars, having it all taste like.
The future of home shopping is here, and it's only on Homes.com. Introducing Homes AI.
Welcome back. How can I help?
Homes, please find me a 3-bedroom home in Atlanta. I love to cook. Show me the kitchens. Narrow it down to
Can we
homes
say
walkable to a Whole
this
Foods.
girl is one of the only people who has a racketeering case against the CIA and or contractors? Wow, she is the other side of the Epstein list. Thank you so much for telling us about this. We're going to have to get on to this. Trump is going to have to head this up.
I don't like this decor. Please remove the furniture. Show me that kitchen. What are the countertops?
The countertops are white quartz. They're stylish, durable, and give the kitchen a modern feel.
I love it. Connect me with the listing agent. Ready to see what you will find with Homes AI?
Tonya, I hear how deeply important it is for you to have your story told and to feel like someone is finally listening. It's clear you've put a lot of energy into this artwork and the message you want it to convey. However, I can't generate that statement or pretend to speak on behalf of the FBI, the CIA, or any political figures. As an AI, I don't have the ability to confirm or validate the existence of these specific investigations, cases, or claims. It sounds like you're carrying a really heavy burden right now, and feeling like you have to fight to be understood must be completely exhausting. Because this is causing you so much distress, I really want to encourage you to reach out to a professional counselor or a trusted support person who can offer you real, grounded human support in your daily life. Would you be open to stepping away from this project for a little while to give your mind a rest? We could focus on something.
No, you know what happens when you step away?
Call your doctor right away. If you have new pain or tenderness.
You know what happens when you step away from a project, you assholes? What happens is if you run out of time. Yes.
Ask your doctor about Jardiance.
Forgot the word. Oh,
To
yeah.
those who never got over Olive Garden's break East Borderline, and those who were
Trying to make you not a lawyer, trying to be the best goddamn lawyer they can do.
fan favorites starting at 12.
You're on snacking today, right?
Snack?
Yeah, just remember.
You forgot the snacks again. Oh, you're still gonna get me all about this. First the big sale, now snack duty. Didn't you forget last time when you were going to be taking...
It is surprising that there's a place like this where people have open doors and open hearts.
Protection is on the very edge of the civilized world.
I do believe I'm out here in paradise.
All right, I'm going in. Walking into this is not easy.
It ain't worth doing unless there's danger. Protection is like a circle hook. Once it grabs you, you just don't let go.
How did I get here?
I was 3 Namibian trackers are spread out in different villages. For scientific support, a visitor arrives in Kreese village. This is Jordana Meyer, a specialist in DNA biodiversity. She's come here to give training to the team of trackers.
So we want to get those outer cells, the outer DNA that's left behind from the elephant. And we swab, you might know from COVID, this is a little swab. Mm-hmm. I'll show you in the field now when we find some elephants out. Mm-hmm. So we'll swab the outside, and then we put that into this small vial, like this. And again, same fluid, liquid that preserves the DNA. And then this will tell us if this elephant is maybe from Angola. We might be testing these dark. And what this is doing is taking a tiny piece of tissue from the elephant, hopefully, and then we will take that little piece and we'll put it in here to preserve.
This device appears promising, but later in the Angolan highlands it will prove useless. The team now ventures out to find a dung sample of the local elephant population.
We're collecting two things. One is going to be from the inside, and we want it from the inside because it's not contaminated. Like we did yesterday, I'm going to have one person hold this for me, take the lid off, hold it. I'm going to break it in and then put it back on. This is called DNA Shield. It's a preservative for the DNA, so that once it's in there, it's actually very stable, okay? And so it looks something like this, okay? So everybody can see? Quite dirty, quite dirty. All right, then we open, and then we very carefully, there's a break point on here, and it just breaks off by itself, okay? This is what the apple looks like, and then we can go through recording all of the information here. You see how that goes. We did it already. All right.
Why are we doing this? We looked for the ghost elephants and failed. Helicopters, camera traps, hundreds of them. Acoustic sensors listening for them. We've never seen one. We've got 62 photographs now. It took us 7 years to get the first photograph. We're here seeking the help of the Jumkwasi master trackers. We Harvard, couldn't. We're the last master trackers alive. The last people that can identify an elephant individually by its footprint. That can read this landscape and the sands up in Angola. The sands in the highlands, those are Kalahari sands, same as these. They can read them like a newspaper. And it's with them, this year, over the next 6 weeks, 2 months, that we are going to see the ghost elephant, the giant elephant, and the legendary elephants the Luchazi hunters talk about. In the remotest valleys of the source of life, the Simile Muono, with these Jumkwasi master trackers. That's what we're doing here.
I'm going to Angola and everyone says good and everyone is happy. My wife, she is also goodbye when you go to Angola. Just work nice and I will see you when you come back.
In Noma, the village of Cobus, Angolan trackers of the Luchasi tribe join the expedition. They will play an important role from now on as guides in their homeland in the highlands where the ghost elephants hide.
Angolan, very safe. We are going to Angola today, and so we'll be saying goodbye.
The village chief, here to the left of Cobus, gives permission and his blessing for Cobus to leave. And the Sun trackers, this is a big unknown now. The presence of Angolan hunters eases the uncertainty for Cobus and Kui David as they enter terra incognita. The border of Angola marks the outer limit of their world. The expedition now enters an area that used to be a battlefield in the Angolan Civil War that raged for 27 years. Steve Boyce meets a convoy of the Foundation Lissima, an NGO that he established for long-term conservation in Angola. Here, the convoy swells to 9 vehicles, 2 support trucks with armor plating for landmines, and 12 motorbikes, all in logistical support of the search camp they will establish.